Hello, my lovelies, my wonderful peanut gallery. This is your homeboy, Randall, down in my gulag, where I do all this editing. This is a post-editing note, so as you can tell, this isn't episode 3 of Uncharted Destiny. If you've been paying attention, / if you follow us on the socials, there was a tech issue, and episode 3 of our Little Wonders campaign, unfortunately, has fallen through at this point in time. We were trying to get episode 3 of Uncharted Destiny done. However, there's only 2 of us. I spent a good chunk of my time trying to salvage episode 3, which at this point I have, so yay. Leaving only Tony, and Tony has to work. So there hasn't been a lot of time for him to actually power through the episode, and it's nowhere near done. So we had this as a little backup just in case. If you like it, please leave us a comment. Tell us how much you like it. If this little segment of us just shooting the shit goes well, we will gladly have some of these locked and loaded in the chamber because they're far easier to edit. But I think I talked your ear off enough. Enjoy the episodes, my lovelies. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. That was an implicit threat.
Welcome everyone to Wonder Crits, a look through time. Things that happened in games we played with before the Wonder Crits with past characters. I am Willis, one of your co-hosts, introducing Randall.
Hi, I'm just me today, no life advice. I'm not on, so you don't get that, my lovelies.
Introducing Tony.
Gone. He just left. He walked away from the recording. I could see him getting up from his mic and flicking me off.
Hi. I lost my coin.
And lastly, introducing Matt. That's right, you gobble whatever you're eating, sir.
Dashing, handsome lad, maybe stud of your future dreams.
So fucking sexy Matt is.
Or
oh my gosh, I think I think every time we do like a non-episode recording, we constantly talk about how hot Matt is. Or at least I do.
Well, at least today it is the Wonders talking about their past. And just so everybody knows, we are all dashing men with facial hair.
I would totally go down Matt on Matt. I'm pretty sure I said the car story in a different thing we did.
I'm 12 years old with a mustache. Shut up.
Child! Run!
Just kidding. I'm not 12.
Lord, stop acting like a chota boy.
Could you imagine all these years Tony's just been a 12-year-old
I'm not
boy?
12 and I have a goatee. There. The dog just came and called me out.
Yes.
So, thank you, and join us in this tomfoolery that we have. This is just our free kind of situation.
Yes. Things
Feeling
have been
out how we are
hard.
as people.
Editing's been stressful. We've been trying to just keep the pipeline going, and here we are.
So, nothing like shenanigans.
Premise for shenanigans playing D&D.
And this time there's not a restaurant involved.
Next
Only
person to
this
say
time.
shenanigans gets pistol whipped.
Who's doing the whipping?
Shenanigans, bitch. Anyway.
Man.
Bow, bow. Anyway,
I
you
have
ever had a
experience with it.
campaign, things might be going well, enjoying the story, enjoying basically the new or old friends that you've come across, but there's always just that one player. That one that basically turns what could have been an easy campaign into more stress than doing your taxes, or basically turns one situation where, all you had to do was just pick up the orb of infinite power. Now you're on a certain level of Infernus, and you don't know how. We
So
all know
for
those certain characters, the ones where you not only want to smack their character, you want to smack the person playing them too.
Definitely.
And we're referring to the trolls, the hero
Yes.
complexes, the edgelords.
We'll just call him the troll.
Well, at this point, we're going to talk about trolls in general, but you know what I'm talking about. That turned the gaming experience into a whole lot of shit for no
I know.
reason.
I also wanted to just give the audience context for this sake. Well, God, I can't speak. My brain just died. I experienced ego death. More context about what we're referring to. So before we got together and became the Wonder Crits, we were playing a kind of campaign I was running called Dungeon World. I invited all these lovely guys here and Yoon as well. We were playing. I invited the troll, thinking, oh, they can join. This will be fun. This will be fine. And from Matt's introduction and how we're kind of just ranting. It was not fine, and shit got fucking dumb. So dumb.
Really dumb.
And I
The
regret
fact that
most of my
I
choices.
had to create 2 characters in less than 3 sessions.
Well, it wasn't less than 3 sessions. It was
It was 3 sessions.
No. There was like you played in 3 sessions.
There was 4 sessions in the campaign,
was,
but I played in 3, and I got to use 1 character for 1 session and had to rewrite everything. Thank God I had a backup.
No. You used them for 2. Oh, no, that was me controlling you because you weren't there. Never mind. I was like, yeah, in the first dungeon, remember? You were down in the catacombs. I'm like, oh, no, you weren't there.
No, I
You
wasn't.
didn't make it.
4 sessions had gone by. I was in 3 of those 4, and I only got to use this character for one part of the campaign because of this troll.
Yeah.
I'll say I don't know if there was that many, but yeah, I will admit there was literally he created a character introduced in the campaign, and then that same day campaign his character got.
Not even 4 turns. Not even 4 turns.
It was
It was a bit
literally,
more
it
than
was
4
literally to the
turns.
point that a few of us, I think it was literally Tony's character and my character, literally looked at each other and went, "Did we even get an introduction? Who that was?" Literally, we saw them. Hi.
You literally saw
Dead.
my character go. This is referring to Wea from this character. If anybody wants to know, I was like whatchamacallit from Demon Slayer, where I was just a wild boar-headed Inosuke, yes, and I was just like running into the action, getting ready to do something heroic, and the fucking troll.
It's like
No, I'm about to say, we had survived. It was Sekai who died.
Seke, yes.
Yes, he was your sorcerer. He died.
Yes.
Poor
Poor
Seke.
Seke. The wannabe
Yeah.
hero coward trope.
The fire rope is what drove him down, and then I had my guy roll fiery hands, and you were in the cone, and that was 2 failed death saves.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
I remember having to end it till you can make a new character, and then
It was
everyone went,
literally haha, and we all loved haha.
Ha!
He literally died just as Tony played it. Ha.
Yep.
I
Gosh.
was actually very sad for Seke.
We were all upset. We were all emotionally upset for
trying
that
so
moment.
hard to keep him alive.
Yep. Truly it. So you have to understand, audience. This wasn't like I'm happy to kill my players, but this was truly an accident because I wasn't aiming to murder Williston in there. Because the bad guys didn't really want to kill the good guys. They just really wanted to be like, who the fuck broke into the castle? But someone, I don't remember who, blinded the vizier.
Yes.
And then I used sorcery points as a cheat to have him cast Burning Hands. But I rolled a random dice to see which way he was pointing, and he was literally pointed towards Willis. And I was like, only Willis took damage in that. And I'm like, damn.
Wouldn't that be the troll that also blinded him?
Yes,
Or
the
was that
troll.
me?
I
No,
don't
it was the troll.
remember. It was either the troll or it was you. Someone blinded him.
Oh, it was me with the sword.
But you were trying to stop the troll. You were blinding him so I could come into the attack, but the troll had given him the ammo with the fire jumping rope or whatever that dancing rope was, a fire, and then kept
It was
hiding
just a
behind.
rope.
Whatever. But he
Yes.
also kept hiding and causing shenanigans and trouble.
It was the worst.
He-
I really
He
wanted to kill him.
he was the troll of hit and run tactics that failed.
He failed greatly.
If this was the Revolutionary War, we'd still be part of England.
And Syndra was so good, he would have been able to kill him one roll right then and there too.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, for some more context, Dungeon World was a very simple idea. They go into dungeons, they get a magic MacGuffin, they beat a Team Rocket style bad guy team, which I love dearly, and we let her rinse for Pete.
I loved to hate her. I don't remember
Yes.
Willow. Fuck her.
Whisper.
Whisper. Fuck Whisper. I
Whisper
we
and
were
Willow
so
was
happy
her
when she
orc
killed.
boyfriend.
Yep.
so happy when she got killed.
Don't worry, she would have returned.
And the fact that
Whisper.
the fact that when we got caught, we had the royal with us. We just could have let her talk, but no. Fucking troll.
We were trying to keep her identity a secret so that the vizier, who we thought was the actual villain, was just being manipulated by the Team Rocket style villains.
True.
Yep.
But so we really couldn't do anything with that, especially considering we had the necklace.
True.
Yep.
True.
The necklace that the enemies did not know about.
Yes, we were trying to.
No,
now that it's coming back to me, we were trying to explore.
They were trying to get it.
We were trying to explore the dungeon and clear that area and get what information we needed. but the troll is what I'm going to keep referring to this person as, the troll.
Yes.
God.
It wasn't just this one session, by the way. So when we started this, I think it was on our normal record day, which I won't say so people don't know when we record. But remember, it was like, yeah, we were going to do these days.
Yeah.
And it was going to be like every other weeks. That way, if life gets busy, we could be good. And he's like, sure, I'll join. Didn't join for like 2 months. And I'm like, bro, the fuck? He's like, oh yeah, I can't make those days. That's when I play my own homebrew D&D game. And I'm like, why did you say yes then if you
You couldn't
actively had
make
a
it.
game when I had a game?
I honestly just think he did it because he knew I was a part of it, and he didn't realize that I would, not put up with his bullshit.
I think none
No,
of
that's
us were
fair.
putting up with his bullshit. I mean, we've put up with his personal shit through the years, but we were trying to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt for game's sake and have some fun. But
I
boy, was
really
that a
frickin'
fucking
tried
mistake.
too.
And we all tried. Some of us had more
exactly.
personal vendettas than others that we're not going to bring up.
I will also say, as an advocate, if you have a friend who is slightly problematic, like the troll we're describing, don't invite him to your D&D table. It's just not going to end well.
Nope, it's red flag number 1 always.
Yes. Also, if you are a DM or player who really enjoys role play, be careful of players who clearly just kind of want to fight and stir shit. It does not mix well.
I'll be honest, I literally just got back, so in this part of the recording, I don't exactly know where we are. But yeah, I agree. Ooh, bad people.
We were just talking about the incident with the vizier and sick guy dying.
No,
And just giving
okay.
context as we go along to Dungeon World and how
Yeah.
he didn't join the first 2 months because he was playing his own game
Yes,
and said
because
yes
you
to
know what? You were
joining
right, though.
Dungeon World.
It took 3 sessions for that shenanigans to happen, but I was a part of the main campaign, and then I disappeared for a few things while he came in. Then, because we all love Seke for his tomfoolery. He was
This-
a lovable idiot, is what
If
he
I'm
was.
not mistaken, this was around the time you had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm gonna again. Yeah, maybe I'm repeating things as I just got back, but I'm gonna put it this way. Look, no one says you can't roleplay a character however you want. Be they reckless idiot, law-abiding citizen, left nut of a god, whatever. Roleplay your character. It's just one of those things that
Don't be a fucking gobshite.
unless you know
players.
unless you know everybody like very well, like us, we're a group of friends, we know each other well, sort of thing.
We played many a campaign
don't-
together.
Yeah. Hold on. Especially when you're around random people, understand that, like, no, people may not understand certain shenanigans. You do a certain thing. Yeah, people are going to be, like, upset. It's just one of those, like, you have the freedom of creativity, but also respect, read the room. Again, like, if you're with your own friends and they know your type of shenanigans, like, okay, cool. There's no more freedom in that. But it's just one of those things where, okay, you decide to express your freedom of will and basically have a character do something, and then you fucked around, and now you're in the find out stage and realizing nobody's going to stick up for that. Don't take it out on the people. Like, okay, your character did something. They fucked around. They found out. Guys, I'm in trouble. I accidentally stabbed through the guards, and now they want to execute me. It's like, yeah, you decide to fight the guards. Like, hell, another character told you don't do that. We're not going to basically divine intervention of like, oh, let's save you from complete stupidity. Again, this is just a metaphor, not something that actually happened. But still, when we're telling these tales of trolls and all the like, it's just the fact that people who, it's like, yeah, do we have our serious moments? Of course. But do we have our friendly shenanigans? Absolutely. But it's also because it's like, again, we know each other, we read the room, we do shenanigans. That's kind of like, cool. It's kind of like, okay, we can all like slap a knee. Maybe that one character got slightly injured, whatever. But it's like, we can move on from this. Not cool. You shenanigans so hard, you killed another player's character. And it's like, well, don't be surprised where it's like, okay, maybe you might take that personal or not, but like, don't be surprised if the other people who didn't die are like, yeah, not really going to trust your character, even if it seems kind of meta, because it's like, yeah, you just went straight in and you massively fucked around. And a lot of people found out
and paid consequences for your shit.
It's like, all right.
And then, and then the other thing is again, going back to this, we all knew this person. but
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
upset, or they got upset. Let's keep it more. They got upset and start personally attacking people outside of the group. That is another big D&D no-no.
A big
Yeah.
no-no.
So here's the
Kick their
here's
ass
the
out as
thing.
Didn't
soon
even
as they did
involve my
that shit.
dog.
Yeah. If you're part of a group and either you as a player or you as the DM, you want to talk to somebody about something like, hey, not saying you can't express your creative freedom, but like maybe X, Y, and Z, and they get really personal or upset about it. Again, if you know this person, their friend, not saying you can't be friends with a person, but you probably don't want to play D&D with them.
And also, you might want to drop them as a friend.
Yeah.
Learning
I mean,
from
depending
personal
on the
experience,
severity,
drop their
honestly,
ass.
yeah, honestly, depending on the severity, yeah, something comes to light and you're like, wow, didn't know this side about you, but kind of glad I did.
Yeah,
No, it
honestly,
took
after
me a
what they
while
said about
'cause
Tony, I should have been like, get the fuck out. I was a fool. And it took a couple more months before I'm like, get the fuck out of my life.
yeah, no. And the thing is out of everybody, I think I dealt with this person the longest
And I think it's
personally.
actually even more funny that a couple months later, I saw him at the 7-Eleven down the street from where I was at the time living. He didn't say a word to me. He actually walked right back out, waited at the corner across the street for me to finish my shopping, and then went inside. If you're gonna talk shit and threaten somebody, have the balls to follow up with it. Because let me tell you, I may be the smallest person you'll ever see, but I'm not gonna be the only one walking away with a broken bone. I'll make
Mhm.
sure of that.
Yeah, and I didn't appreciate with all the stuff I had going on personally, mentally, and medically, and that tomfoolery and then the personal attacks. Mind you, in this group, I had given him benefit of the doubt for years, and I mean years.
Yep.
I defended his ass. I tried to look the other cheek on a lot of red flags. No, if somebody's a fuckboy slash troll, cut it out. Get rid of the cancer.
Cut it from the marrow. Also, key takeaway, especially since it was easy to catch the behavior, have open communication with your players.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's
that's
go ahead, man.
basically what I was getting about, put in different words, because it's like, again, at the end of it all, and this is my personal opinion, but I think it's agreed upon opinion, D&D is for fun.
Mm-hmm.
You gather up, you basically play as your fantasy characters in whatever realm setting. You're having fun. We're playing around. Again, it's fun. It's creative, all that stuff. And when you basically mix up personal drama and stuff into it, it ruins the key takeaway from it. It's like
Agreed.
the fun.
That it
Definitely
does.
agreed. And going back to something you said earlier, if you're not as comfortable with the campaign or the group and you wanted to do certain things a certain way, it's always best to openly communicate before doing shit tomfoolery and shenanigans that becomes FAO or fuck around and, find out
Find out.
FAFO. FAFO.
Also, as a DM, you do have a responsibility. Allow your players freedom to do, fuck around, find out. But also, if it's something that's going to potentially cause great harm to the party overall, you should definitely squash that behavior. There is nuance and difference between this person is playing to their character and it's going to lead to consequences versus they're clearly not engaged with what's happening and they're just throwing shit out of box because they're bored.
And mind you, as a DM, I noticed you tried to make him feel welcome. You let him play an obscure ass race and
Which we modded to 5e so he could play the stupid psychic race or whatever. I was like, I don't want to do it because I don't want to put any effort into Dungeon World. Mostly
Dungeon World
because
was
I did
supposed to
have
be
an.
just our fuck around and enjoy shit. Is literally what it was.
Yep.
I will say, before this goes on to, turning from talking about troll stories to ranting about this one person,
I mean, it's kind
I
of been
do
that,
have
but go on.
I do have, well, another troll story that some of you they didn't know how of. So we now go back decades. Yes, you did just hear your Bones Creek listener.
You say that as I bend over. That's really fucked
Yeah,
up.
He was looking directly at you, Tony, as
I
he
know.
was saying
That's how
it.
bad they are. I could hear them pop from here. Anyway, of us, the group of friends, back before podcasts and all that stuff was really big, we did a in-person meetup, the whole tabletop, the dancing around the room, we're playing like crazy people. And
Yeah.
w- in my experience, everyone was affected by it, maybe to a lesser extent because it didn't directly affect them. But to me, I experienced the different type of troll player. It's the troll player that where, okay, in real life, okay, no one's saying you can't do D&D with your partner. It's a cute thing, but unless it's discussed, when you roleplay a character, that character doesn't exactly know you the same way. Again, unless it's discussed. And there was two people who at the time were together. Now,
God.
see, the
I think
people
I
in
know
this
who you're
call,
talking about.
hold on. The people in this call were also part of this campaign, but they have the fortunate part that in this campaign, they were doing different things. So they weren't near my character, but this couple was. And we were supposed like, oh, we knew things were coming. High Fae spirit lords and whatnot, like the kings and queens of like the Fae court, just to give you a sense of what we were worried about, had their eye on us. And so it's like, okay, we had to watch each other's back. They could pull any sort of trickery. The DM at the time basically told me to roll like 4 or 5 sets of dice. And me, feeling quite grand about myself, realized I rolled the same number continuously. I was like,
Oh shit!
huh, my saving throws are great, even though he didn't say saving throws, but I'm thinking inside my head, like, these numbers are grand. I'm going to be fine. Meanwhile, this couple is basically having a discussion amongst themselves. So my character, I guess, should have just literally fucked off because they weren't paying attention. Oh, wait, actually, that's what happened. Basically, I was rolling to see which of these Fae people had the bigger draw on my character. Turns out their draw was all the same, that my character ended up warping between like 4 or 5 planes of existence repeatedly because he would get warped to one section, but whoops, another one was pulling, so he got warped out that one into there. Whoop, he got warped out, and then basically he got slingshotted into the Fey world because they lost their grip on him and were like, he'll come around eventually. Meanwhile, this couple basically had no clue my character was just basically ripped out from under his feet and disappeared. Like, yeah, he's stealthy, but he's literally being the median while they're having, and I'm saying with this with air quotes, a personal discussion, which literally was just them having a somewhat personalized discussion, but through their characters that we all basically awkwardly just tried to, look away and put our hands as if we didn't see it. And again, I was being the median because screw me, I guess. And then, yeah, my character, and it's like, someone finally, when the rest of the party gathered back up, everyone's like, hey, by the way, where's this guy? And they're like, oh, he's right there behind us. And everyone just kind of slowly turned and been like, where? And they're all like, we swore he was just standing here right next to us. He is a quiet guy. And it's just like, no, assholes. Like, the character literally screamed, what the? It's like cursing as he's literally being yeeted through a magical mirror portal. And you guys were just like, that's just him.
Off
Just
in
like,
La La Land.
No, that's not
and
him.
of course, the other part of the troll where, okay, now you gotta understand, my character just had that happen to him. In the Fey world, he was gone for basically months on end. In the real world, because time works differently, he was only gone for basically maybe a few hours. Still, he shows up, he's now completely changed because the Fey world basically messed with his body and everything.
And
So now
aged your ass.
he's basically, no, he was definitely handsome still.
I said
He shows
aged. I
up
didn't say ugly.
and okay. So you would think, how would he feel about that? We're all supposed to be watching each other's backs. He decides to put his trust in these people. He gets slingshotted into bumfuck nowhere of the Fey world, having to basically make his way out on his own. Yeah, he wasn't exactly filled with, jubilee. So, of course, he goes up to the male of the partners and decides to sock him in the face. And then the player character of that decided to take that personally of, why would he do that? Like, yeah, why would he do that?
You were right behind us the entire time.
Yeah, what do you mean? Whoa, what could we have done? I don't know, hold his hand. He was literally like, did you not see the claw marks as he was literally being dragged away? Just like,
I remember David's character constantly trying to find you. I wasn't there that session, so I was like, what the fuck happened to Matt? Why is he like just not? I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I thought you just like got bored and left the game.
yeah, no.
Because I was like, it's so weird. Matt just stopped playing with us. Does he like us still?
I mean, between like classes and that stuff, Raphael, the one who's DMing, was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to give you a whole new sheet and everything. Here's the stuff to like study it. And so, yeah, I just joke because like the rest of the stuff was you guys dealing with other stuff while I was busy like hiking a trail through the shadow realm of the Fey world. And it's just like, by the way, yeah, he's not human anymore. He's a shadowling. It's like, oh, how'd that happen?
Yep. It also makes a lot more sense why David was so concerned. I was like, what are you talking about? Where did
Yeah,
he
I mean,
go?
well, see, it turned from concern, but you also might be thinking of the other reason he then started, because to throw a funny moment in there, eventually, we beat the thing, we did the stuff, and we were to be named successors of like the seasonal courts or whatever they were called.
Lebanon was successor of the Winter Court.
Nice.
I think, did my character die in that one or escape?
You were alive.
I know I was a little bitch,
Yeah,
so.
I don't remember the part. All I remember, because it's still going on as a joke to this day, is that David's character was made, what was it, Autumn Court, I think?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they literally
I need
told him-
somebody to get my freaking character sheet from Raphael.
Yeah. So hold on to continue this. So they literally were like, well, we did have someone else in mind, but you were the runner up. And he goes, who did you want in the first place? And they said my character's name, but they're like, we can't find him because due to basically being part of the Shadow Realm and whatnot, one of his many contracts and powers was that he could literally just fade away. Like, not just basically stealth, he basically couldn't be tracked by magic. He couldn't be tracked physically. He could be standing right next to you, hiding in plain sight and just gone. And that was the biggest problem with them, is the fact that my character got so strong that every time they were like, let's try and find him, they couldn't. And he knew that and he kept using it against them. And so literally David's character kept trying to track mine down because he's like, the moment I find you, I'm basically having you take my place. And Oberon was just like, yeah, you can try. And then Oberon just literally shows up every now and then for like a few moments. David's character literally sees him. It's like, aha. And then he's just like, yeah, by the way, watch this. Ah, I'm gone.
Boom, gotcha, bitch.
And David's like, son of a bitch. It's
I
just
should
like,
have asked more questions. My God, my character was so fucking oblivious.
no, yeah, no. Oberon basically hated all the court because of the shit they did, because they literally flung him trying to get him. And then they were like, whoops, well, and none of them searched for him. So he's just like, no way am I doing this. Because, yeah, these characters like, I need you to take over. They want you in this place. And Oberon was just like, yeah, no, fat fucking no on that one. By the way, watch this. Poof.
Bringing it back to the situation with couples too. Always be careful playing with couples and don't let them be couple in game. Jesus fucking Christ.
You know, unless the
Again,
DM and everyone
unless
approves.
massively discussed.
Limits and boundaries, which
That's a big if on just couples in general. If you're going to have a relationship, play a campaign with you, have that talk of, are you guys going to be okay if your characters have romance, not only with yourself, but with another character? Because this is not you and your partner. This is your character and your partner's character. They don't know each other. Your relationship doesn't exist. So if you take this campaign back to your relationship, that's a you problem. That's not a campaign problem.
that and fictional kids too.
Also, don't have fictional sex in your D&D game. Just a general rule of thumb.
Yeah, it's like you can role play that in your own time and whatnot.
Bring that to the real world. Separate.
So just at the table, forces everyone to stop.
Yeah.
Fuck my wife right here, right now. Who the fuck?
So, little funny story to tell all of them. This was a campaign I was in, not with all these guys. Yes, I'm allowed to adventure out. And
We all
I
are.
was part of this group. And I was playing a character who pretty much, he was a rogue. Yeah, he apparently got really lucky with a lot of his stealth attacks, but he was a thief. Like, his main thing is, like, he loved
Feeling shit.
taking people's stuff. And so we're all chilling. It's the typical hang out in a pub/tavern before we venture off sort of thing. And it's pretty chill. Like, okay, we just started the day. We're about to do an adventure. The DM's literally telling us, like, oh, you got your food, and so forth. Like, you guys are about to prep up. You're going over the details. And then all of a sudden, one of the people joins in and he has this like shooting grin on his face. And we're all like, ooh, he's about to devise something nefarious because he was playing our group's wizard. So he always like wanted to show us magical stuff. He's like, how far is the room from everybody? And we're like, the rooms are literally like up the stairs. It's probably like 20 feet or so. And he goes, good. He's like, I'm gonna roll strength. And we're just like, is he about to flex on us? Like, what it was so weird. We're like, all right. And the DM's like, also kind of, he's like, yeah, go ahead, roll strength. He rolls high number. He's like, that means I can do a lot of, really strong stuff, right? He goes, yeah, what strong thing is he doing? He goes, everybody starts hearing massive clapping. And we're all like, you're just
God.
clapping? Again, he's like being vague. Meanwhile, I'm eventually kicking in like, no, there's someone else in this party who's not speaking or saying something yet and hasn't been at the table. I was like, no. Yeah, literally by being vague, he dragged out like 30 minutes where he was describing that everyone in the morning was just hearing how he was having, like, as he put it, grand, glorious, adventurous, like sex. And we're just all like, yeah, I was like, yeah, this could have been literally black screened and all of our days would have been better. Because it's one of those things like, okay, hi, you made it a joke. Like if it lasted like, okay, he said it, 5-minute joke, haha. 30 minutes, he dragged this on for 30 minutes. His partner not saying anything, probably out of embarrassment, probably like from laughter. I couldn't tell. She literally was silent. And afterwards, he's like, I come out of the room triumphant. Due to him wasting again 30 minutes of our time, his character exited out. The rest of the party proceeded to roast him for almost the rest of the session to where the DM literally was like messaging his own wife or whatever, like he's like, yeah, I'm not saving you from this. Literally, he's like, he comes out all triumphant and we're like, boo, that sounded like a child crying. And like, we roasted him.
God.
He literally told us afterwards, he's like, I figured that was funny. And we're like, you literally spent the first 30 damn minutes that we were supposed to plan for this big grand adventure describing how you were literally doing this crap. And it's like, guess what? Doesn't care, asexual, really doesn't care. And it's like
Respect that
literally
last one.
described that. And it's just like every one of us was just tempted to literally barge down the door and just roll for friendly fire to just start beating you up because it's just like, yeah, just why?
Good old blanket
say
party,
that's
tuck
fucking
them under
wild.
the sheets and beat
30
them with socks
minutes.
filled with soap.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, that's the other part. It's like, okay, it's like, again, we found it funny. It was like, huh, you guys hear this noise, you know what it means. And like, we laughed. Okay, you black screened it. Okay, you calm down. You literally had to keep describing like, you hear the creaking. And we're all like, why are you telling us every little detail? It's like, we didn't need to hear how you had to roll a con save from passing. I was like, no. DM, why are you making him roll this stuff? Can we just like,
Let it go. Move on.
yeah, it's just like, can I like conjure a bomb or something to blow him up? Like, can we just stop?
I would have
Also,
been like, you come, you're done. We're moving on.
talking about horror stories and playing with couples, going back to that situation.
You need to pick up your mic.
Hold on. There's something going on with my mic. Give me a second.
Shit, my ass would just say, hey,
That's
I
not
need to
me.
roll for medicine. I want to carve out my fucking eardrums because this is stupid.
Give me a second.
It's
Okay,
fine.
you're sounding better.
He essentially got removed.
Can you hear me
because-
now? All right, cool. Well, talking about playing with couples, this is my own experience playing with a former partner. Don't be the group's already major star and try to bring your partner in to understand and build a bomb-ass character and them not understand how to use said character. Leads to a bunch of shenanigans, questions, and trouble that takes some of the fun out of it. And then I would definitely say, yeah, don't do it. Long story short, just don't do it unless you work with this person or let them build what they want to build. Don't build something for them.
There you go. I'm about to say,
Because-
learn with your partner. Because Michael and I play in like 3 games. We don't do weird sex shit because our characters don't want to bone. Normally, he plays an asshole, so my characters are never down.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, the few campaigns I was able to join, 1, his character hardly knows yours. 2, every time your character just finds shenanigans. 1, which I found funny because his character was best friends with mine. He's just like, God, so extra. I'm just like, it's like,
No.
I had to prevent myself from laughing because I was like, in character, I totally agree. I had a character like, man, you were saying that about your spouse. That is just funny shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we weren't a
Take the
couple
piss
in the
out of me
game,
every
so
time.
that was the good thing. I didn't make that mistake, but our
There you go.
interactions, my
I mean,
interactions were interesting because
yeah.
she was a rogue ranger kind of like pulling Zelda's alter form when she's not in the
Ooh.
princess state. So yeah,
Sheik.
yeah, she was a Sheik. And
Sheik
then
theory.
I was just a dumbass Bowser, basically, an overpowered tank with no brains. Game communication didn't go so well.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to notice a pattern with you.
What? Dumb barbarian?
I'm behaving.
Your
I
words, that
mean,
is.
there are other characters I've played. It's just been so long since I played them, and then certain characters you guys won't let me bring back from the depths.
Yeah, stop trying to bring your chaotic what the fuck into everything.
She's learned, she's evolved. She won't go ahead and disappear into the void and destroy the world at the same time and say
Yeah,
fuck
no.
everybody else. I'll be a good one. With him, taught him well, or her.
You know, I'm glad you say that because one, I'm gonna have to make this my last one because I gotta start.
Chocobo horror stories. Chocobo horror stories.
Yes. So when I
How to deal with the troll the fun way.
when I first was creating my own, custom fully big old brute story,
Inside the mind.
I had my friends test it out. I wanted to see how it was through playtesting. It was a Joyce Riot, basically. I wasn't going to have people die. I wanted people to test out the whole thing, and so forth. Like, hey, is this too weak? Is this too strong? Yada, yada, yada. And so I was taking inspiration from different past campaigns. Well, one of the inspirations from our friend Raphael was this whole cowbell system of like, hey, if you guys aren't feeling like enough's going on, ring a cowbell. Then I'll add something extra. And yes, our friend Willis here was basically just
King of the cowbells.
like the phrase is,
Family
there can never be enough cowbell, and was doing it every single time to where the party was just like, okay. And so I had this like magical coin ticket system that the party could basically use and get like a consequence-free wish, and they spent a coin to literally have something terrible happen to Willis's character. And so I had Willis's character followed by a fat chocobo in heat who just really, really wanted to be next to his character. And he hid inside basically this large bathhouse, but not large enough that, a chocobo could fit in nicely. And so it squeezed its way in. People just saw feathers shooting out of the window.
Hey,
I
guess
feel
what?
like that was a David wish. That feels like a David wish right there.
Hey, Matt, I have Blake Belladonna's sheet right now, actually. I
Yeah.
still have that sheet.
I
I just pulled it up on my Google Drive right now.
Yeah. It was then at that moment, Willis's character found out there was one person that really he could not mess with because they'd have more enjoyment fucking around with people. And so it's like,
That is the moment I personally learned not to be a troll.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody. At one point, I was a troll when I was still a noob into the homebrew stuff.
Well, take
I
a
wish you
listen
guys
back
had
on all his
visual because I would share this.
performances.
I
You
would
be the
definitely share the
judge.
sheet. I would definitely
if
share
this video can
character
get
sheet.
to 10 likes because the bar is that low, we will do a poll on one of our accounts. Is Willis still a troll to this day? Yes or no?
Really?
Yes. Only if it gets
Smash
to
that
10
like
likes.
slap the subscribe button. The more you do, the more you realize the troll that he is.
Oh my gosh,
That'd
both of
be
your daughters just make bot accounts to spam it.
God, don't give my daughters any ammunition or things to do because they
That's
both
right,
will.
Willis's spawn. Get him. Get him.
Shoot, they'll even make an account for my grandchild to do so, and my son-in-law. Don't do that.
Well, that'd
Do
be
it.
adorable.
Do it for the dog, too.
Their dog just
Damn.
passed away.
Do
Sorry
it for the
the
clout.
loss.
Dig
But,
it up.
They do have
Then
five
do
other.
it.
They do have 5 other step siblings and 2 half siblings. So don't do that. That's already 14 people against me. Don't do it.
Well,
Whose
you heard
problem
him.
is that?
Lauren, Amanda, you heard your dad. He clearly wants it.
That
He
sounds
dictated
self-inflicted.
how many children.
Anywho, I will definitely share.
Sounds like a
14
self-inflicted
people.
roasting if it's
My dude,
If it's
I'm going
because
to
of all your
introduce you
kids.
to the magic of a condom.
Oh, this takes me back.
Remember this, Matt?
Willis,
I
you have to
the
describe
sheet
this.
still.
We're not doing
Yeah.
video.
No, I know, but we can even talk about the sheet. How simple this homebrew was. Oh, man, this brings back memories. What year was this when I touched this? This
See?
dock is so
Speaking of a
old.
troll.
We were
So,
still
for the
within
audience
college
members
days,
at
so
home.
it has to at least be a decade or more old.
Yeah,
Shit, I can barely see.
that's the blank.
I'm old and my eyes are bad.
Let's see. Some of our merits were parkour, quick draw, ambidextrix, chain weapons, shadow clone, spell blade.
So, for all the people who might be a bit confused, Inside the Mind is a amalgamation of different gaming systems Back in college, our friend Raph showed us how to play World of Darkness, or WOD for short. So when we were like dipping our toes in there, we took a lot of inspiration from that system. So when Willis says merits, the equivalent in D&D would be skills. We have ability scores and all that.
Why did I do parkour twice?
Because parkour is awesome.
Just really emphasizing
Tony,
how
remember?
much you could parkour. You parkoured your parkour.
Man, I'm looking at this. I forgot what a Mac 11 parts was. Jesus.
Probably something from a creature. I'm just looking at is that Whitham's pie recipe? I'm just like, I'm a little worried because I'm just
You
like,
wrote
I
that
know.
down?
Yes, I had Witham's pie recipe.
Why did you write that down? The rest of us were smart enough to say no. Well, not say no, but we just didn't write that shit down.
Again, this was the character we thought, yeah, I can out troll the godlike being. And then found out instantly, no,
Yes.
there's someone who basically trolls beyond the level of zero consequence.
And the sad part is after the Chocobo situation, every time I heard the Chocobo dance song from one of the characters is how they kept me in line. My character took psych damage of some sort.
Yeah.
Yep.
It took the whole party basically being like, yeah, I think he's had enough for me to be like, okay, it can stop. Because it was their wish. It was going to continue.
We should let it continue. We were too nice back then, not jaded like today. Also, I will not talk about my character because that was a cringy part of my life. That version of me is dead.
Randall, bring it up. Bring it up. Come on. This is just shenanigans
no.
and fun.
I do need to depart, though. I got cooking I need to do.
Yes. Go on.
There's
Go
some
on.
stuff.
I have
so-
groceries I need to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, shit. Sorry, Tony.
That's no biggie.
Thank you guys so much for chilling with us. Honestly, leave us a comment, if you want us to do this again. We'd be happy to. We love chilling and we love sharing our experiences.
And in the comments, put down ideas for us when we don't have an actual episode to do, so we can do something fun and live with your questions or just commentary.
Help
would
me
love to do
reinforce my gaming shit so I can get these. I love you
Oh,
guys.
you
so I can get
froze.
these nerds to play games with me. I love you guys.
Please.
We're all
I
nerds.
want to do
Yeah.
it, but I'm also lazy as fuck.
I know. Me too.
But yes, this will just be a normal goodbye, everyone. Tune in next month. We have a lot.
Well, to
Do
you,
love you,
my
Thursday.
friend.